Hi, I'm Sheila Long O'Mara, Executive Editor with Furniture Today, and I am with Martin Rawls-Meehan, founder and CEO of Reverie. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for coming in to see us.
Absolutely. I know it's been kind of a busy Las Vegas market, which is
very
kind of
busy.
exciting.
It's good. Yeah, exciting. First real busy one since pre-COVID, I would say. So it's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We needed one.
We did.
So earlier we were talking about how you guys managed through the last couple of years of supply chain issues with COVID.
Yep.
You said Vietnam and your partners were your strongholds there. Can you tell us a little bit about how you navigated?
Yeah, COVID has presented quite a few supply chain challenges for everybody, I think. I mean, we were no different in the sense that you had chip shortages, you had raw material shortages, you had massive increases in transportation rates. This year, Vietnam went through a very difficult experience with COVID shutdowns, et cetera, where a lot of people were actually getting shut down. And we were very fortunate for a couple reasons. We're quite vertically integrated from a supply chain standpoint. So, we design our own circuit boards, we're doing our own firmware, all the engineering we're doing. We have a joint venture in Vietnam, so we're deeply embedded in the entire supply chain process. Our joint venture partner does a lot of work in Vietnam, in other industries, so they're just very well wired and connected. And so when we started to see these challenges, we saw them early. So we knew about, because we're designing the circuit boards and we're selecting the chipsets, et cetera, we see these issues in many cases happening very early. So we find out earlier, we're being notified by the semiconductor manufacturers of potential issues, and we're able to pivot because we do our own design. We can find a pin-to-pin replacement, for example, for our microcontroller that, if you're not doing your own design, you don't know that. So we're able to do these things early and go buy up supply for that early so that we never run into the chip shortage problem. And so all of that really up and down the supply chain, because we're doing our own design and so involved, we've been able to pivot and do things to make sure that we're not interrupted.
And you kept product flowing throughout that entire time.
We did. We did not have disruptions, and I honestly feel very blessed and fortunate for that. I think, look, there's a little bit of luck that goes into everything, right?
Of course.
But I think that, our customers are actually surprised, how are you not, particularly out of Vietnam when so much was shut down, how are you not getting shut down? Well, that comes down to, again, having the right real joint venture partners there, knowing what to do, what you can't do, finding ways early and planning early, right, around the potential issues so that we never actually had to go shut down. I think there were very few facilities that were fortunate enough not to have to shut down, and we were one of them.
To keep maintaining that production schedule and flow goods on a timely manner.
Correct. And again, I think our customers felt that, and we're very happy with that. But it wasn't just about the plant, it was about raw materials coming in too, and figuring out how. So we've got a lot of experience with domestic production in Asia, whether it's our own plant or outsourcing or somewhere in between. And we've, over the last really 18 years, learned a lot about that.
Yep.
And COVID really put all of our skills to the test, and frankly our model, because our model is a little bit more complex than just your standard sales and distribution, right? We're doing the engineering, we're doing the manufacturing. So, sometimes our customers over the years have come to us and said, well, I can get, something similar from this other guy and it might cost a little bit less, but, we build a lot of, knowledge, know-how, supply chain protection into what we're doing. And if you don't have something like COVID, you don't ever really see that. But we've seen with the Great Recession and now with COVID, some pretty significant supply chain downturn events that have, I think, justified our model and the additional overhead that we have in doing all of that work that, if you were just doing sales and distribution, you wouldn't have. But we had a lot of protections in place for our customers so that they'd never experience those disruptions. We were out there 6 to 9 months in advance dealing with all those things. So, think of it as we built an insurance policy in the supply chain. So, maybe it's a little bit more expensive sometimes, but at the end of the day, you've got continuity of supply and no disruption.
Congratulations. It sounds like all the work that you've done over all of the years helped you weather what was a challenging time.
Yeah. I thank you very much. And I mean, I'd love, in a sense, you plan for that you do, have all that in place so that you can deal with the downturn. But I mean, gosh, this has been such a difficult time for everybody, and certainly hasn't been smooth for us. But I think if we hadn't set ourselves up the way that we had, we would have been, like a lot of other folks, in a very difficult position, and we would have put our customers in a difficult position. So
very cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to share with us your experience so much.
Thank you.
Again, I'm Sheila Long O'Mara with Furniture Today. Thanks so much.